Hi everyone, Tanya here to share my favorite ways to use watercolor brush markers. Stay tuned. So today I'm going to be using Altenew's latest release of watercolor brush markers. This is called Autumn Festival and it comes as a set of 10 markers with a very flexible tip, and the ink flows through them really beautifully. So one of my favorite ways to use them is to do calligraphy with them. And I just absolutely love the way the ink flows from the tip. They're great for making marks on your art journal pages or your scrapbook layouts or card making. And also I really love making these abstract watercolor florals with them as well, where you just start with some C shapes in and they sort of interlock with each other. If anyone is interested, I can do a detailed video tutorial on how I make these abstract florals with the watercolor markers. What I love doing with them is I lay down a darker color ink onto a surface like you see I'm doing on the acrylic block, and I pick up a darker color with the shape, and I can get that blended out ombre kind of effect as you saw with the flower. These watercolor markers are highly pigmented and they can be used in a variety of really fun techniques. So as I showed in my sampler earlier, I'm going to be doing some brush marks, doing some mark making with the watercolor brush markers. I am working on the watercolor paper, the 9 by 12 paper pad, and I'm just laying down some really rough marks with the just green brush marker. And as you saw, I made a slight mistake and I got some ink splatters towards the top, but I wasn't too worried about it. I'll show you later how I corrected this and decided to make it work. So this was the card that I made a couple of weeks ago, which inspired this layout. I wanted some gold on there and I wanted to add some brush marks as well, and I wanted to have lots of white space as well. So I've taken the big flower from the Courageous Hue stamp set. This flower is absolutely gorgeous and perfect to leave just as is or do some coloring, which is the next way that I'm showing how I like using the watercolor brush markers. So I've stamped this on the watercolor paper, and I have put down a wash of clean water with a water brush pen in medium size, and I am laying down the yellow along the inner edges of the petals, so where the shadow of the petals would naturally fall, and I am blending it out with some clean water. So I've put down the water and now I'm putting down the color near the edges, and then I'm blending it out to get softer edges towards the end, and I'm leaving the ends quite light, even a clear white color. So I'm going to continue doing that with the rest of the flower shapes as well. And I just wanted a really sharp contrast with my really bold background, which is a really dark bold color. So I wanted to leave the flowers a bit on the lighter side just to balance things out a little bit. And to color in the leaves, I am using yellow ochre, and I am picking up some of that just green marker dye with the tip of the yellow ochre marker, and I'm just laying down really light the color really lightly along the veins of the leaves, and I'm blending it out with the water pen. And I'm going to repeat that process with all the flowers so that I get these really soft and beautifully blended flowers with their leaves as well. And I used the matching die for the Courageous You stamp set to die cut the flower out. So here you can see I was trying to decide how I wanted to lay down the flower, and I thought that maybe I wanted more of that just green marks along the watercolor paper, and I am just laying it down and testing and seeing what I like, and just to show you guys that, you know, sometimes you make mistakes and you can have a plan for how you want your project to look and how you can adjust if you've made a mistake, or, you know, if you simply change your mind. So I wanted to add some gold to the my art journal page, and I've used the Mixed Sprinkles Stencil and used some embossing paste through it just on one side of the art journal page. And I've sprinkled some antique gold embossing powder over the top of the still wet embossing paste and heat set it. And it looks almost like foil. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So then another way I love using the watercolor brush markers is I love using them to make splatters. So easy and simple to do, and I wanted to add some touches of darkness to the background where I was going to stick the flower down. So I'm just putting the flower down with some clear drying glue, and I am one of the flowers was overhanging off the edge, so I just trimmed that down so that it fit just right. And here is a finished look at my art journal page. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and please do let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, take care, and have a great day. Bye!
Hello there! Did that video just spark your creativity? And do you want more project ideas and inspiration videos too? Well, if you do, please make sure that you subscribe to the Altenew YouTube channel. Also, make sure that you do click that notification bell so you don't miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye!